What's up? This is Parking Lot Radio. I'm your host, Sunny Side Up, and we're here with my co-host, Rachel, and Kurt from Flosstradamus.
What up?
Kurt is Flosstradamus. It used to be two people. Now it's one person. So I might say you guys at some points where I'm talking about the past.
Yeah, but that's New York, though. You guys.
You guys.
You guys.
Use guys.
OD.
Yeah. So, Kurt, you've been very big in pushing the trap movement into EDM space. And I just want to say I know we've been friends for a couple of years. We met a few times randomly and had some nice combos, but I've been a huge fan of yours probably for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or when that original Don thing first came out. I would cruise around my skateboard in the city listening to that shit. It was just so lit.
That's cool.
But
you said a couple of years. We've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
How long?
On the internet for
over
8 years?
over 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
I remember
sick.
one time I made memes for your you guys had a festival, 420 Fest.
Yeah.
I made a couple of memes for you guys and you guys posted it.
Where was that?
I was huge
Red
moment
Rocks.
for me.
Was that at Red Rocks? Maybe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was. I think you did it a few times
Yeah.
there, but Hoodie Fest, I think it was called. But yeah, that was a huge moment for me, getting to make memes for you guys. It was super dope.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of yours too, man, for a long time.
That's
It was cool to finally meet IRL, see
Yeah.
the man behind the meme.
The first time we randomly met, I think we were both invited to this documentary screening of Heath Ledger.
What?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Where? In LA?
Yeah. I don't know where
It was in Soho House in New York.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was some PR event. I don't know.
I
Damn.
remember that.
You're
was
so
like,
high
"You
society,
Kurt?"
Sonny.
He's like, yeah. What's up, dude?
Yeah, dude, that's right. Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn. Wait, where do you live?
I currently live in Los Angeles, but I lived here for 8 years.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay,
Which I
Midwest.
Midwest, yeah. I was there last night.
Not me, you guys.
Because it's, can I say when this is being filmed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know it's dropping later, but it's Christmas time right now. Merry Christmas. It's New Year's tomorrow.
Happy New Year.
Wow. But yeah,
You're the first person to ever look in the camera and talk.
am I supposed to? Maybe I
can.
shouldn't.
You can.
I'll look at you guys.
So, what were
So
you saying?
yeah, so I was in Kalamazoo yesterday. That's where I'm from. But I lived in Chicago for a decade.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where Floss started. That's where I've been known to be.
Yeah, I think I was living there when I
Oh,
first
cool.
became aware of you.
Oh.
And so I was more hype about your music because it was local to me.
Are you Midwest as well?
Yeah, I'm from Indianapolis.
Oh.
And then I moved to Chicago in 2011.
Okay.
So it was around then that I first
Whoa.
yeah,
And when'd you move here?
6 years ago. Yeah, so it's been a while.
I moved out of here in 2018.
Yeah, I got here April 2017. So,
So we just been dodging each other.
overlap.
Just, anytime you show up, I leave.
Where did you live in Chicago?
I lived on the northwest side, so Irving and Western. It was
Okay.
called North Center, and then I moved to Lincoln Square for a while. I
used
lived
to
all
go-
over the city, though.
My favorite karaoke bar in the country is in Lincoln Square.
What is it?
The Hidden Cove Lounge.
Oh yeah,
It's a shithole.
Yeah,
It's like a cop and trucker bar.
yeah.
But you can be the only person singing all night.
That's that's the cool thing about Chicago. There's still these. Well, I don't know about post pandemic, but there was always these mom and pop bars and restaurants and stuff that you could just go
Yeah.
into, and
Yeah.
there's always a vibe and a character to those.
For sure.
Yeah, I've never been there before.
Oh,
Really?
you got to.
I'm surprised
Also,
you've been
are
everywhere.
your headphones working?
Yeah, are yours?
Man,
Nah.
Turn the dial, man.
Oh, shit.
Turn up, bro.
The
are-
vines?
It's
Oh,
a
there it
trap
is. I got
podcast.
it.
Turn up.
Whoa, it turned up all of
I
our
got
volumes.
it. We good.
There we go.
All right.
Tech,
Sorry.
tech.
I interviewed I fucked up the.
Yo, you're
flow.
fine. It's all right. It's
all
all
good.
good.
We're vibing.
So where do you live now in LA?
Yeah, I'm in LA. A lot of people move out there. I
Yeah.
did the same.
Classic.
Makes sense.
Classic.
For
Yeah, that's the-
Chicago to bigger
sure.
city pipeline.
yeah, I was hopping around. I don't know if it's my permanent residency, but I'm there now.
Do you like it?
Yeah, yes and no. During the pandemic, I started to not like it. I was like,
Yeah.
what's the point of being here? It's super expensive. There's a meme. You probably did it. I don't know. But it was like nobody. And then it was LA, that'll be $100 because it's true. Every day you're just spending money there.
Yeah.
Where
I feel
in
like
LA are you?
I'm in Los Feliz. Actually, maybe I shouldn't dox myself.
It's all right.
Whatever. I'm in Los Feliz.
he meant Echo Park, actually.
Yeah,
He
by
actually
that,
he
I
lives
meant
in Huntington, actually.
Yeah, by that, I met Pasadena. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like New York was the same way during COVID, where it was like,
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm paying rent to stay. Like, the reason you live in a big city is to go out of your tiny ass apartment and do stuff. And all of a sudden, we all had to be in our tiny ass. I moved into a place with a backyard during COVID
Smart.
just because I was like, I can't handle it.
Got lucky.
Dox yourself. Where you at? No.
I will dox myself. I live in Ridgewood, Queens, but like,
Oh yeah.
not like cool Ridgewood, not like right next to Bushwick. I call it rural Queens because it's like when I moved there, all my neighbors were just like Polish ladies with grocery carts. It's really nice. I always say that I'm like a city girl with a country sensibility because I like to be able to go out and do the nightlife, but I like to have a neighborhood that feels like a community.
Yeah.
Where I like know everybody. So
Bring a little of the Indiana.
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Do you have any? Are you have any plants outside? You growing anything in your yard?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've grown both the 2 summers I've lived there. I've grown tomatoes, basil. Last year I experimented with sugar snap peas, which was crazy. I had to do chemistry. It was insane. And onions. So,
Wow.
And
Did you eat
there's a
those,
fig tree
the
back
peas?
there. Yeah.
Ooh,
They were the best. I'm sure that anyone could grow them and they'd be the best they've ever eaten. But the fact that I grew sugar snap peas in my backyard in Queens and they were the best tasting peas I've ever had.
Organic.
I don't even know. I mean, cats.
Ridgewood, Queens. I don't know.
No, there are feral cats that shit in my garden all winter, and then every summer I have to resoil it because it's just a cat litter box.
Oh my god.
The secret to sugar snap peas is actual pee.
Yeah, cat shit.
And pee. Yeah. This is the most Midwestern conversation. I feel like we're on Delicious Dish or something.
So
We're
do you like corn?
Yeah. Tell us what's growing this season.
Anyways, oh my god.
Yeah, so Kurt and I just like randomly reconnected because I used his song on a Boys Who Can Cook video.
Yes.
Oh really?
I was like, oh, what song should I put? Oh, this song's dope. Why not?
What song was it?
It was original Don remix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was classic. And
Classic.
the
thank you
OG.
for doing that too, by
Yeah.
the way. It was such a nice thing to see. And
Yeah.
it was some Midwest stuff too. He made a meme for frozen hot dog popsicles.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's a Midwest culinary.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
I just ate one this morning before I left my parents' house.
You just like we were just randomly looking in your feed and you just saw it. You're like, oh shit.
You're like, is this my
I
mom?
hit you
Is
up
this my
right away.
mom's recipe?
Yeah, I was like, Mom?
Did you ever play any of those like big Chicago festivals, like North Coast and stuff?
Yeah, I played Lollapalooza. That was the
Yeah.
biggest of them all.
Yeah.
And it was cool because I played the very first Perry stage that they had. So
Wow.
Lollapalooza was in Chicago for a few years, and then Perry Farrell was like, I'm going to be a DJ. And so he made a Perry stage.
Mm-hmm.
And all it was like a stage like off in the corner with a folding table on it. There wasn't even a drape. It was just a straight up
What year
See
was
your
this?
legs.
Yes, you could.
How long ago
There's
was that?
photos online. Like that was in 2007, maybe.
Jesus
Oh shit.
six.
So that's
Christ.
really bad.
It was forever ago.
Wow.
And yeah, you
was
could straight up see.
14.
Yeah, you were 14. I was 35, actually. So, no, I wasn't, but still. But yeah, it was the first Perry stage. And then I was able to, however many years later, I think it was 2016, headline Perry stage. We brought
Sick.
Post Malone, Dwayne Wade from the Bulls, Chance the Rapper.
No fucking way, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, it was such a dope
That is
experience.
so random.
From a folding table to the main stage.
From a folding table to D Wade.
Yeah, yes, that's the name of my documentary, actually. Dropping
That's
this
what
summer.
we'll call this
So
episode.
you have a song with Post Malone. Did he come out and play that
Yeah,
song?
he
Hell
did. Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
sick song, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
How
It's
did
a
that song
sleeper
happen?
song. So it's crazy. I
It's
have
not really a sleeper. It's got some plays on Spotify.
It does actually, compared to my other songs. It's got some plays, but that's
The feature.
shout out Post Malone.
Yeah,
Come on.
absolutely.
I mean,
Shout out Post Malone.
He has the world's most played song ever, the Sun Shower or whatever.
Oh,
the
yeah.
one
Oh,
with
Sunflower.
Flower. Yeah, that's it's more than any Beatles song, Michael Jackson, whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huge. It's like the most.
That's
played
him
song
and
ever.
Sway Lee
Sway
from
Lee,
Ray
yeah.
Sherman, right?
Great
Yeah.
song, honestly.
It's a dope song.
There's
Yeah.
not that many songs that have a lot of plays where I can say this is like I actually
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
not a
you know?
guilty pleasure.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just take a moment. Historically, Spider-Man soundtracks have bangers.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Vindicated by Dashboard Confessional
Yeah.
was made for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. it
I know
was.
because I'm rewatching all of them right now.
I was like, we were supposed to interview Dashboard at some point, so I did so much research on them, and yeah, he just
Yeah.
like put them on the map. Kind
Yeah,
of.
that was a
Wow.
banger.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I just watched like the first 3
They
Spider-Man.
actually have another They have a lot. That soundtrack was very emo. It was when
Yeah.
Spider-Man like went emo a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. I think he drove a moped too.
I think he did. He did a beat up one.
Yeah, he did. I had the reason why I know that is because I used to own a moped shop in Chicago where I used to fix up vintage mopeds and sell them, like buy them off of Craigslist, fix them up, and then resell them.
Wow,
That's sick.
hustle mentality.
Oh yeah, that's that Midwest mentality. You know about that.
Yeah.
Tell me you didn't sell those sugar snap peas. You definitely sold them.
It's true.
But back to the Post Malone thing. The crazy
How'd
thing
you
is,
guys link up? Yeah.
yeah, so he DM'd me a photo of the bad guy from Power Rangers. That's all it was. It was like, and this was early in his career. So we had mutual friends. The guy that produced his song White Iverson is my boy.
White Iverson days.
Yeah, it's like big tune for him. It's my boy First, and he produced that song. And I guess like First probably showed him some of my music. I don't know,
Right.
but out of nowhere I got a DM from this random kid, and it didn't say anything. It was just the Power Ranger. Actually, here, let's pull it up. While we're on here.
Yes, please.
And
We
so
can do a Zoom.
yeah, let's zoom in. Let's get it loaded up. But yeah, he DM'd me, and
That's a really good strategy.
it was kind of crazy.
Just to DM, like I'm gonna start DMing
cold DM.
celebrities pictures of Power Rangers
He
characters.
slid in. Look at here it is. That's it.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys can see. Whatever, we'll zoom in.
We'll
on it.
zoom. We'll zoom.
Yeah,
That's
so that was it.
so
Hell yeah.
funny.
So he DM'd me that with his number.
I'll
Hopefully,
blur that out.
That number I'm sure is definitely.
Yeah. I'm sure
This
it's
is
his old number.
2015.
He's from Texas, right? It's probably still a Texas number.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
don't
big
know.
boy
We should try
now.
calling it, but no.
Call him right now.
But yeah, he slid in the DMs, and then we chatted, and yeah, we made a bunch of songs actually. And I have like a video somewhere of the first session we did where we were just like making a bunch of music, and it's cool. He didn't really write full lyrics to it, but he was like singing these melodies and getting ideas to a bunch of these songs, and I just have like a bunch of random like Post
Tracks.
Malone croons
Right.
somewhere. It's kind
That's
of cool.
endearing. I met him at my friends are in this band called Twin Sister, Mr. Twin Sister.
Okay.
And they played that festival at the Met Stadium. I can't remember what it was called,
know
but
you're
it was the
talking
one where
Governor's
Kanye.
Ball?
No,
Yeah.
different one.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Kanye was
I at that one
performing
too.
when he found out that Kim got robbed in Paris, so he like cut his set short.
He left
But my
it in the
friends were playing at that, and their trailer was right next to him, and I was like, "Oh, I want to say hi to him so bad."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What's a funny thing to do? Like, what could I do?" And I went on his Wikipedia and I found out his real name, which is Austin. And he was like with a group. He was like with a group of people outside his trailer, and I was like, "Hey, Austin, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I shook his hand, and I was like, "I'm Rachel." And he was like, "Hello." And then I just left.
Did you see him perform live that day or that festival?
Yeah,
He only had like 3 songs out, so he played like White Iverson 5 times in
Yeah,
a row.
I was
I was
not
there.
mad at it at all.
It
I
was
was
funny.
like, "Fuck yeah, again!"
Like, all right, fuck
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Great. So you think you're ever gonna put out those unfinished
Posties?
songs or not really?
I don't know. He's pretty big right now,
Right.
so it'll take
Might
a
be
lot
hard
to
to
clear.
clear.
Yeah, some posty B-sides.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I should just like put them on in my house, just like while I'm cleaning, like the hip hop beats to study to. It'd just be
Yeah.
Post Malone, just
Right.
doing his little like.
Post Malone croons to chill
Yeah.
and relax to.
Actually,
You could probably put it on YouTube and get hella
I might.
ads.
And you got a lot of good features. You got a dope song with Waka Flocka,
Yeah.
TTU, Two Turned Up.
Yes.
I've listened to that song a lot. I've also listened to that song, Mosh Pit, like probably like a million fucking times.
Oh
I love
yeah,
that song.
classic.
You guys have a lot of hits. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you start working with him?
With the guy from Mosh Pit?
No,
With
sorry, Waka.
Waka?
Yeah.
It was crazy. So Waka was one of the first dudes in hip hop to like move over to EDM. Like
Yeah.
he
He's
just
doing
has
like
energy.
drops and stuff for a bunch, like Diplo and everything.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, well, he was one of the first, but it was him and then Lil Jon and then who else was that? There was like Fat Man Scoop was another one who went over.
I remember that.
And then there's like there was like another rapper that moved over. But the thing was, it was so cool because they would come out to a show early on. Like we wanted them as hip hop artists to come out to the shows. And I think we played a Mad Decent block party here in New York with, it was like out at one of the baseball stadiums on Coney Island, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah,
Sick.
Cyclones.
And yes.
Yeah.
Waka Flocka just came to it. And I remember my manager saying, he was like, watching a hip hop person experience like an EDM show for the first time, like their just mind is blown. And
Yeah.
he just came out and saw the crowd going crazy and like his eyes lit up. And I think that's why he wanted to come over to the EDM side of things, because it was just so turned up, so hype. And I'm sure Waka's like first songs and his first shows were super hype like that. If you watch some of the videos, he's like moshing and they're going crazy.
Yeah.
He's like a huge man, right?
Oh, he is giant.
Is he like 6'4" or something?
Yeah, he's 6'12" actually.
In my mind, he's like Yao Ming size. Like he could
He's so
play in the
big.
NBA.
He like doesn't make music anymore, right?
I don't know, man. I haven't tapped in with him in a while.
I think he's vegan, right?
He's definitely
kind of
been
like
vegan.
he kind of just like was like sick of the bullshit and just like
Yeah,
was
man.
sick of all
That
the drama.
song "Round of Applause" with the
Oh,
Drake
come
feature is
on.
one of my favorite
Come
songs of all time.
Make the hand clap.
Yeah, exactly.
so
so
good.
good.
I used to play like you remember Crankin'?
Yeah,
I used to play his like he had a dope remix of that
that's
song. I
awesome.
used to
Shout out
DJ that
Gabe.
song. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool,
Yeah,
man.
he's dope.
Damn.
I was a huge fan of like the like that early trap shit with like Bauer and
Yes.
Hudmo Tonight, all that shit.
Hudmo had a big viral moment recently.
He did.
With Seabat.
Seabat. That's that
Oh,
song.
was it like a guy redoing it with his voice? I heard that
no.
one.
A guy said a like Reddit post, like Reddit relationship advice post went viral where this guy was like, my girlfriend hates my sex playlist. She doesn't like that I fuck to the beat of my sex playlist. And everyone was like, this is insane. What's on your sex playlist? Someone found it and it was Seabat by Hudmo.
Whoa.
And then all these people started making memes of them like trying to figure out
Like how to
how he
hump.
fucks to that beat because it's very irregular.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I played like a Shrek Rave a few months ago, like right when that song was going viral, and I played like a remix of it. Someone remixed it in 2017 and made it like much beefier
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
original like it was made like I think in like 2010 maybe.
Yeah, it was
so
so-
it like wasn't like banging.
Yep.
It's just like different
Yeah.
shit back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
You just couldn't make a sub hit that hard.
Yeah.
There wasn't the tools.
A lot of that early trap stuff was that way. It was like a little weaker, but
Yeah.
even the Tonight dudes who made Seabat and stuff, their
Yeah.
stuff even to this day, that I don't think they try to make it like
Right.
stadium.
They don't want it to be too.
I think they intentionally try to make it sound like hip hop.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like they're making it to fit in with all the hip hop records,
Yeah.
and most of the EDM trap dudes are making it to fit in with like the stadium sounds.
Well,
and
I think
stuff.
that's kind of like when EDM trap kind of took off. They kind of stopped doing
Yeah.
Tonight for a little bit. They were
Yeah.
like, we're not really like we want it to be like more hip hop. So
Yeah.
Wait,
just
what's
let this-
Tonight?
TNGHT. It's like Hudson Mohawk and Lunis. These
Oh,
two
okay, I've heard
producers
of that.
have, like,
the artist who do Seabat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the. Oh yeah, that's right. I thought. Wait, yeah, it wasn't. Was Seabat Hudson's song?
Yeah, it was
It's
just him.
Hudson.
Oh,
Just
my
Hudson
bad.
Mohawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I don't know my trap history. Even though I asked ChatGPT today, who were the founders of EDM trap, and I'm on there. So that made me happy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, that song Seabat was in like the first time I heard it was in Workaholics.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I remember that actually.
It was like a random, like it was after a house party the next
Yeah.
morning. They were like walking through the house, like looking at all the damage from the party, and Seabat was playing, and I think I Shazammed it, and I was like, oh shit, I know Hudson
You ever had any of your songs in a TV show?
I've had him in a movie. I had it in 21 Jump Street.
Oh shit.
I don't know about
Wait,
him.
I just the remake.
the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
just watched
22
that like
drums?
a few nights.
22 drum. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. 22.
Yeah.
21.
Damn.
21.
Is that like a weird experience? I had a friend who had to show like a song,
song
in a
was it?
show.
It was the TTU with Waka Flocka.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah.
It's not a weird experience. I think it's awesome.
Can I ask you, is it like TMI to ask like how payment works for that? Do you get like residuals or is it like a one-time licensing thing?
That one is I don't know. I usually it's like a one-time fee type of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe there's residuals. I don't think so.
Would
'Cause,
be
like,
tight.
that would be
I was like,
so dope.
When I'm watching it the other night, like, are you getting like 2 cents?
Yeah. The thing is, we make zero money on most residuals, like streams and stuff too. It's like it's like barely anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be so awesome if it was like a huge blockbuster hit movie and you're getting residuals on that.
Yeah.
Oof.
I think it was a pretty big movie.
Yeah.
22 Jump Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it was
want that Shawshank Redemption money. I want to get in
straight
there.
up in perpetuity.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
Wait, can I ask you, have you ever met anyone that like you were really starstruck to meet?
Yes. So it's wild because I do get to meet all these like quote unquote celebrities and stuff, and everyone's just a normal person.
Yeah.
But the people I looked up to when I was a kid, I have the hardest time interacting with them. So I was a big fan of this band Primus back in the day.
Wow.
And Les Claypool, the lead singer slash bassist slash like genius in the group, he played this festival that I played in Australia called Big Day Out. And it's a festival where you tour the whole
Like coast of Australia.
yeah, you tour all of
basically?
Australia, but with the party, it was like Mac Miller, Arcade Fire, like all of us, and we all got to hang out with each other the whole time. So the whole tour's happening. I see Les Claypool the whole time, and I'm like, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna say what's up. And like finally the last day they had like a little thing where they let everyone on the tour kind of go to this area and like just like kind of have a day off of like vibing.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my moment.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I was like really into your music when I was a kid, and it's weird that we're playing the same festival, right? And he's just like, what? And I was like, oh my God, I turned in my teenage self.
Yeah. How many days had you guys been together?
Like we had toured the whole summer or whatever. It was probably like a month or two. And I'm just like, I don't know why. I just like couldn't like, I was around all those other people and everyone's just cool. But like, I just turned into my teen self because I think it like channeled the nostalgic part of me.
Yes,
And like,
yeah.
I also wanted to thank him for inspiring me to be weird in music. All these things I wanted to say, I forgot to tell him.
Yeah.
And like,
No,
yeah,
that's
I
like
choked.
I'm a strong believer that like pieces of media or like certain things can take you back to like your adolescent self. That's why I'm
yes.
afraid to interview Dashboard Confessional.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because
yeah.
like I would just become 14-year-old me.
You'll be like, your name's Austin, right? And that's the only interview. The only thing in the interview.
Oh, that's like such an endearing story, that Les Claypool one. It reminds me of like when you're a kid and you like have a crush on the same person for all of summer camp and then you wait till the last day to tell him.
That's what it was.
And you're like, damn, what could my summer have been?
Was he like positive reaction or not really?
He was positive. The other thing that's kind of funny is he's a germaphobe, so he didn't even. I went to like shake his hand, and he limp palmed me.
Right.
He like didn't even dap. He like limp palmed, and I think that also shook me up.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
puts you on the wrong foot.
It was the wrong wrist. It was like so off.
Like Larry David moment.
It was just, it was so awkward. But that was kind of the only thing. I bet if I meet any of the surviving Beastie Boys, Mike D or Ad Rock, I would probably do the same.
Yeah.
They super influenced my career.
Me too.
And me as a person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is there anyone you could meet that you'd trip out like that?
I don't
I feel
think
like
so.
you're like
I think like the
terminally chill.
the only two people I haven't met that I really look up to is like Mark and Tom from Blink-182.
True.
dope.
Yeah.
I hung out with Travis and like it was very chill. I hung out with him like 2 times. And it was super chill. He's like kind of a quiet guy.
Yeah.
But he was like asking me a bunch of business questions.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So I
about
thought
like
that was pretty cool. He was like asking me like a bunch of shit. I was like, oh.
He's like, should I invest in Doge?
Yeah.
Yes. To the moon. Travis Barker.
I can't think of anyone that I would like.
I don't think I would get starstruck, but I think I would like absolutely slay a Blink-182 interview.
Yeah, I bet you would. You know your shit.
Yeah. That would be a really long one.
Yeah, for real. You could do like a day-long interview probably.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's going to be a hard one to
You
get.
should do a 182-minute interview with Blink-182.
What's that James Franco movie where he's buried underground? 127 hours, the interview.
It would probably be a bad interview. People would be like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Well, I think you're like so specialized. Like it'd be like me listening to an HVAC guy talk about how to do HVAC. I'd be
Right.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you care about this a
I
lot.
think it's like it would be like the best interview I could probably get.
Would you get like kind of Nardwar with it because you know so much? Would you have like some
I wouldn't
deep
go.
cut things?
The thing is, there's not that many deep cut stuff with that kind of band because like
Yeah.
everyone knows pretty much everything about them. Like there's so much like YouTube content and
I'm sure.
interviews about them, so it would be hard for me. But I would probably come up with something.
Do they have a Nardwar?
No.
Dang.
I don't think they ever went to British Columbia. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
that's true.
Maybe they do. They
Is he
probably do have a
Canadian?
Nardwar, honestly.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vancouverian.
I'm here in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
He says it every interview.
Damn.
Yeah.
I guess I've just been watching clips.
We're here with,
Yeah.
Rachel.
and we're in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yeah.
Wow. So Uzi toured through Vancouver?
Yeah. Nardwar has done a
Everyone
few outside of BC though. He did like some South by
sometimes
Southwest.
They bring him to
Oh,
the
true. Yeah.
festivals. Yeah,
he'll go- but he stays in Canada a lot. Like he does a radio show up there. Actually, I've met him outside of the Nardwar character a little bit.
Oh,
before
really?
his radio
It's a
show.
character?
Kind of.
Okay, like he just does an extra.
He turns it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he has a radio show that's after some of my friends. Shout out Tony and Tyler. They used to have this radio show back when they were in college. I don't know if they're still doing it. Maybe they are. But anyway, their show was before his. So he would come in and get ready and he's like, hey, I'm Nardwuar, whatever. Like just kind of keeping it pretty monotone.
Yeah.
And then on air flips on and he just, just turns
it's like
away
a super, like a radio personality.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel
Some
like
old
it's
school shit.
like a protective thing almost. If you're in any way in the public eye, like you have a little bit of a persona you turn on.
Yeah. The one person who doesn't that I've met and hung out with a bunch that doesn't have like a on off is Riff Raff. He is
like
him
that.
100,000%. I've been at his house just chilling and he's just that dude. He's just always
What is
on.
his real name? His last name is like Horst or something.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what his first name is.
His last name just has always stuck in my mind. Horst. It's just such a good sound.
It is.
It's like you're mispronouncing horse.
I remember when I think was he part of that 3 Loco thing?
He was, yeah. Andy Milonakis.
Oh, yeah.
Him and
I don't know who the other guy was.
he's the comedian dude that's kind of handsome, but I don't know his name.
Simon Rex.
Simon Rex.
Oh, he's
Simon Rex, you're handsome.
I forgot his rap
Rex,
name.
you're
He has a cool
kinda
rap
handsome.
name though.
He's in Red Rocket, that movie
Yeah.
that came out recently.
Oh.
I didn't see it.
They did that. They sampled the "We Are Farmers" song, and then they had to take out the sample.
So, dude, they did a "We Are Farmers." Right? It's so sick.
I remember going to see Spring Breakers.
Oh man!
Oh yeah.
I went to like a 10 a.m. showing of Spring Breakers, and me and my friend were the only people in the theater. It's just a great experience.
Who made that movie again? I forgot.
It was Harmony Korine.
Yeah. Damn.
You
What
know
a
he got
fucking
banned
movie.
from Letterman because he was, I can't remember.
On acid.
He was like going through somebody's purse. One of the other
that's
famous
awesome.
guests. It was like Susan Sarandon or something.
That's hilarious.
They found him backstage going through her purse.
That's awesome.
It's like, sorry, he couldn't be here tonight.
Letterman, another Midwestern legend.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Where?
Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah, his mother-in-law went to the church my dad preached at.
Whoa.
Also, Peyton Manning went there, but I hate
We
that
need to
guy.
unpack this in a minute. We'll save that for the back.
Where does
Later on.
his show record or did it record Letterman? Was it in New York?
I want to say yes, but it might have been L.A. I don't know.
Who knows?
Where the actual show was?
Yeah.
That was New
Letterman?
York. That was New York.
Yeah.
I don't know stuff.
Yeah, it's all good. It's here where this is filmed in New York.
The only time I've seen
just
like
like us.
Letterman shows, it's like little YouTube clips of him like,
Yep.
this is Blink-182 playing What's My Age Again?
Yeah. Again, back to Blink-182. I love it.
It always comes back.
Yeah.
It does.
There's one video of Blink-182 playing on Letterman, and they all just look like they're angry at each other.
Oh,
And
Whoa.
like Tom has like a black eye, so it looks like they had like a fight.
that's
or something.
coming
It
up
was
in the
like-
That's
interview.
sick.
Yeah.
That's gonna get it in the interview.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, so this video on this date, 1994. What
What's
happened?
going on?
Did you guys fight or something? Because I see Tom's a little angry.
I'm still trying to think of someone I would like, someone I would be really, really nervous to meet, and everyone I think of is
I don't
dead.
know. I've met everyone. I think I've met most people that I look
I can
up
see
to.
why you'd be nervous.
Like, why are you here?
I'm trying
No,
to
I just think like all the like people I idolize, famous people I idolize, are pretty much dead.
like who?
Like Leonard
Miller?
Cohen or like Elliott Smith or like, I mean, I'd fuck with meeting Dean Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still alive?
I don't think so.
Is he the guy that made the Martin guitars?
No, he's
He's actually the host of the Martin Show. Actually,
he was in the Rat Pack. He was like homies with Frank Sinatra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He sang "That's Amore."
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Legend.
or the version of "Baby It's
Yeah.
Cold Outside" that everyone knows.
Oh man,
That's a
very problematic.
Yeah.
Wow, classic.
He's a stud.
Wait, so I heard a rumor that you mixed and mastered the Harlem Shake.
Yes,
Is that true?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. That's a little Nardwuar.
Nardwuar moment.
That's a little
Nardwuar
Nardwuar.
moment,
I actually like remember everything. So I remember, I think you guys like tweeted it once or something.
Yeah.
But how did that work with Bauer when he was like first getting started? He would like ask you guys to like help him with mixing or stuff like that, or
Mixing's hard.
how did that work?
It was.
Or
I
was
don't
it
even-
less like
Well, how it came about. So I was living in Brooklyn, in Greenpoint at the time. Bauer was in, I don't know, he was in Brooklyn somewhere too. And we were all just starting this whole trap stuff together. It was so
Yeah.
cool. We were all just
so
like,
you were like hanging out in the same room and shit?
yeah, like
Oh,
kind of. Well,
word.
no, it was just weird. He like sent me it, and I don't know why. Maybe I offered it. I don't know because it was forever. It was 4,000 beers ago. But I like definitely know that we were communicating, and
Maybe telepathically.
maybe telepathic. He was so close. And like, yeah, we had gotten up and like made beats and stuff a few times. And I was like, dude, I'll just mix and master this. Cause I was doing some mixing stuff at that time, mixing other people's music and our music. And so like, I just wanted to beef it up for him. So I just did it like because he's the homie. I did his whole first EP for Mad Decent, so it was. Oh wow! It was which was 2 songs.
I like those songs.
It was Yao.
Those are fucking good songs, man.
Yao, Harlem Shake, and then it was he did a remix for us, the Roll Up remix, which is better than the original in my opinion.
Yeah, I think most people would say that.
Yo,
no offense, obviously.
No, it's so dope. It's the only one I play. It's
it's cool to be able to say that about like your own thing that somebody else remixed.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that's cool, and hopefully that's what maybe even Diplo would say about our remix of Original Dawn. It's better than the original. So like,
I don't even honestly like
not Original Dawn.
I don't think I ever heard the original Dawn.
Yeah.
It's not.
No offense to Major Lazer and Party Squad, but
Major Lazer's huge.
But that had like such a cultural impact, that trap remix of that.
Oh man, yeah, it should change the world. I mean, for me at least, like after I heard that, because I was also like at the time making electronic music, and I was kind of making trap music, but it just like didn't make sense. I wasn't calling it trap. I was just making it, and I didn't know. And then you guys did it, and I was like, oh shit, that fucking makes sense.
What year was that?
It's like 2011, 2012.
Yeah, 2010 to 11. Yeah, 11. Yeah, you're right.
That was like peak. Me just dropped out of college, going to like North Coast and Lala era. So I was just like
when I first started
right place, right time.
doing Molly. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to sell LSD now.
Wow.
Yeah. So how'd you guys come up with that logo that you guys had? The
warning sign. So
the warning sign.
That was, so we were working with Dust LaRock, rest in peace, who was the art director from Fool's Gold Records at the time, and we put out an EP called Jubilation.
Oh yeah, that had like that had the original roll up on it, right? Did it?
I think that, or maybe the second one. It had Lookout Girl on it for sure. I don't remember if that original EP had Roll Up, or maybe the second one did, because
right.
2.0.
And then there's like, is there like a Lunis remix of Lookout Girl too?
Yep.
That shit is dope.
Wow, I need to go back and revisit this. It's so wild. Time flies. But
I love Lunis too. Huge shout out to
he's
Lunis.
so dope.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy in tonight with?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just bringing it back.
I appreciate it.
Little callback.
I'm sitting here like, I'll just smile. Like I know what that is.
It's cool because it's like, I like saw the whole movement. Like I'm not young. I guess I'm probably only like 10 years younger than you or whatever. Yeah. But I like, it's cool to see like a movement happen and just like, you know,
follow the threads.
Just like watch it, see all the artists. Just like I saw it. I mean, like I knew about you guys before the original Down remix. And then when that came out, it kind of just like, it really like changed the world for like EDM and trap and everything. And it really just like made a new sound that everyone was just, you know.
When Sonny texted me and was like, Flosstradamus, like I think we're going to do Flosstradamus, I was like, damn, I recognize that name from when I used to stream music on Groove Shark.
While you were selling LSD.
Well, yeah, but I just mean like it brought me right back to like 2011. I was like, I'm still scrobbling my plays on Last FM.
Wow.
Wow. We're still using iTunes library.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Last FM.
I thought about looking it up actually, like before the podcast to see what I had scrobbled by Flosstradamus.
That's what it was called when you like playlisted.
Unfortunately, yeah, and I just said it twice.
Gesundheit again. But what I was gonna say to that though, that era of like EDM trap was like it brought swag back into dance music.
It really did.
Like dance music was kind of becoming dubsteppy and like electro, and like it just lost its kind of swag. And then that and Mad Decent and all of that just kind of brought the like swag back in.
Yeah, it kind of just like it was a huge shift in like where electronic music could go, and it just kind of opened the doors to like, because like obviously hip hop is rooted in dance music. Yeah. So like it just makes sense that it would turn into that. Yeah.
It's that's the cool thing about music, is it just like it constantly keeps reinventing itself, but also like repurposing old things.
Everything. Because like there's so much history even though it's like 10 years old now or whatever, but in like trap EDM music, when you listen to it, you recognize all the sounds. Yeah. And you're just like, oh shit, I know the sound, but like I never heard it like this. But yeah, it definitely brought like a new bounce to dance music, and like I was super I was into all like weird electronic music. I was never into like Tiesto and all that. A lot of my friends were into
Swedish
it. Swedish House Mafia. So I was kind of like into dubstep, and then once trap came out, I was like, that's it. This is my fucking like genre.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just remember like at that time going to see like jam bands and stuff at like Congress. Is that what it was called? Yeah. Yeah, like Lotus or something, and like Flux Pavilion, and just being like, I don't really know what I'm going to, but it seems like I'm gonna have a nice time.
I'm sure you did.
And then I wanted stuff that was like, I don't know. I was listening to hip hop, so I wanted stuff that had a little bit more flavor, like danceability for me, and a little less like I'm entering a K-hole.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got, because I became a producer around that time. I started producing probably like 5 years before that.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of started to hate like house music that was just like 4 on the floor, because it was just so boring and like doesn't really challenge your ear. You're just like, even when you're dancing, it's not really challenging. You're just like, and everyone's just like this. So I would DJ a lot, and I would end up having to play a lot of house music, and it was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But then once trap came out, I would start playing like remixes of songs that people already knew, but like trap remix. So it definitely like it was awesome to just like even be a DJ at that time, because everything was so new and different. And, you know, these days it's hard to like find a new electronic artist that has like their own sound, and like it's very rare.
It's gonna happen again though. It always goes in waves.
Yeah, of course. I kind of feel it coming back now.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you guys, both of you, because you are into pop punk, and we were talking about like what we did with the CDM trap stuff is we like merged the Tiesto sounds with like the Lex Luger Southern stuff, and we kind of made a new genre from these two existing things.
Yeah.
The question is like, with like the current, I guess it's a little bit not so current, but all the hip hop that's out lately has been a lot of like pop punk inspired melodies and singing over like trap beats. What is y'all's viewpoint on that, or whatever? You don't even have to say.
I mean, I think
like,
it makes sense. Like
it was bound to happen.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, I mean, examples of that are like Uzi was even, I mean, aesthetically very influenced by punk, and then you have like Juice WRLD, and then there's like the cringe elements of it, like MGK. Sorry,
of course.
Again.
But like when you think about it, like pop punk in itself is kind of like a juxtaposition. Like punk is this really nasty sound.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then pop. So when Blink-182 dropped that album, like Enema of the State, it was the first clean punk album, and that's why it did so well. It was huge. It was like a huge juxtaposition of sounds. Now it's like, what do you mean pop punk? We hear that shit in like 90s movies,
right?
You know, but really, if you think about it, it's like insane that these two genres would even match together.
Well, also, not to get too like weird about it, but I guess like when rap and hip hop like first came up, it was like interesting in how aggressive an expression of like masculinity most of it was. Like that was what was revolutionary about it. And since like that space has been made, now it's more revolutionary for like young new hip hop artists to like express emotions and angst.
Be
like
vulnerable.
That's the more interesting thing you can do rather than just like aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, I was a huge fan of Lil Peep too. So I wouldn't say he was like the first one to do it, because there's probably like scattered out like a few artists who dabbled in it, you know. But Lil Peep, I guess like that, it just like it always changed obviously, but Lil Peep was kind of like an earlier version of that, of like that emo sound mixed with the trap. But I think it was all bound to happen. Like I feel like the 2010s was like, you know, trap, obviously like hip hop trap was big, but then everyone was just like, let's mix everything with trap. And like pop music became trap, like Katy Perry. Like, what was that song with Juicy J?
Yeah, the Dark Horse.
Oh my God, I hate
that thing's like
song.
obviously, but like if you listen to it, it's literally, it was
it's an EDM trap song.
Exactly.
It
It's
has like
definitely inspired.
It has a drop, kind of. Yeah.
Probably someone you know produced that, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know who. Wow.
I have a fucked up
bars.
memory. I like will not even like a song and know all the words.
That's awesome.
What kind of music were you listening to in like high school?
High school was Beastie Boys. Shout out them. What was it? I was listening to kind of some drum and bass music at the time. The Hackers soundtrack was huge. The movie Hackers was like a big
drum and bass was probably crazy if you listened to it back then.
Oh yeah, it was
99.
It was like called Jungle at the time, which was like a light cultural appropriation name. But I was like, this type of stuff I listened to was like Raga Jungle, which was like a mix between like reggae and jungle, and like it was like really like reggae influenced. That was kind of what I was into.
How did you get into that in Kalamazoo?
Yeah, that's okay. So it's kind of awesome how how I got culture in Kalamazoo. I always thought about that, but it was mainly skate videos. Is because
I love that shit.
Skate videos brought culture to like smaller areas. Like it was like
absolutely
there was this one called 411 Video Magazine, which was like a monthly magazine.
And it was
it was made here in New York. Like it was like a lot of New York street skating. So on those, you would watch a dude or girl's part and it would have like Gangstar on it, or it would have like all these like local like New York hip hop artists. Yeah. But then there'd also be like one of the skaters who like loved like, I don't know, The Clash or whatever.
Yeah, that's how I got into The Cure.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
I heard this guy play Close to Me in like a skate video.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this song?
Music?
It was probably like in year 2000, you know, like when it was an old song already. But I heard that shit. I was like, what is that song? What is that song? And I never knew, I wasn't able to figure out what the song was. And then like probably like 5 years later, I saw this rapper sample the song. And then it was, what's her name? Lady Sovereign.
Oh, yeah.
She sampled Close to Me.
I forgot.
And I was like, well, I know this song. And then I was able to look at the Wikipedia, what she sampled.
That's crazy.
I figured out The Cure. That's how I found The Cure, through Lady Sovereign.
That's
As everyone has found The Cure through a female grime artist.
I found, like, living in Indiana, similar, right? And, like, I was a ramp tramp, but I wasn't watching skate videos. You know, I was just there to look at boys. But I found music just from checking out CDs at the library. Like, that's how I found The Cure. I would like pick CDs based on, do they have cool covers, and then take them home. And I found so
Cure
many.
probably had some dope covers.
Yeah, they did. I would just be like, this looks pretty. Let's take that home. And I'd burn them all onto my computer and then return them, which was like definitely not allowed.
That's awesome.
It's like what you're not allowed to do specifically.
It's like, no, I'm just listening to all of these in 1 week.
This is an off-camera thing, but she was saying she was at the library today and was checking out books. I love how you go to the library to find culture. Like it's a dying thing.
I mean, honestly, I have always been like a library head, but I haven't been in a while. Today, I was just like, oh.
Sure,
wow.
You go every day.
I live there. I was like, oh, cool. I can sit down.
That's why they call it the library. You're there every day.
I love that you said skate videos, because like I grew up skateboarding and shit, and I feel like if it wasn't for skateboarding, I would not like be sitting in this chair right now. Like,
You're wearing a shorty shirt.
Yeah. Like, it kind of just like it just opens up your mind to like countercultures and stuff.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah. All about like that was the coolest thing, because skateboarding is an expression of yourself, I guess. Like whether the way you dress, also the way you skate is part of that too. But the music, of course, is part of that. Like it's all like the trifecta. And so if you can relate to one of these skaters and those videos, then you can probably relate to the music, all of that. Like I definitely made my identity like shaped around a lot of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's where you kind of first see like you were saying, there was no other way to see like any culture. So you would get like 411 VM and you would see this dude just like, and also it kind of got me into hip hop. Like a lot of skaters were putting hip hop, and back then they didn't have to pay for the rights.
Right, I know.
It was
I mean,
like
they had to, but they just didn't. They just didn't pay for it. It's not that they didn't have to, but it just, the video wouldn't get big enough. Because it wasn't on the internet. You were buying it at the skate shop. So like, he's not like, the artist is not going to randomly walk into a skate shop and hear the song.
Hey, are any of my songs on this video?
But I found I've been watching skate videos the last, like, because I told you I had like a surgery and I had to like chill for like a month in bed. So I was watching so many skate videos and I was listening to the songs. A lot of them are like drum and bass songs. And this is like year 2001. Where people weren't even, like, it wasn't even a thing. It was so far from what people were listening to. But you hear it in a skate video and it just sounds insane.
I feel like in the Midwest or like certain parts of the U.S. that are small and boring, no offense, but true, there's not a lot of like counterculture available to you or like avenues for rebellion. And like skating was one.
Oh, yeah.
Like skating and like, there's some okay Midwest punk culture. Like, unless you wanted to like get into abusing opiates, like the only real way you could rebel in the Midwestern United States was get into some subcultural, like countercultural music.
Fucking punk rock, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Straight up. Or
Very
skating.
True. And that would, like, for me, there was the videos and things like that. But then there was a local record store that I would go to, and I'd hear those drum and bass songs or the punk songs or whatever and go and be like, do you guys have this? There was this group called the Propeller Heads, I remember at the time. They were like an early dance, not EDM, this is pre-EDM. They had a song where they actually sampled a skateboard going on a half pipe back, and it goes and it pans left to right.
Wow.
And it was like, I remember hearing it in something and I was like, I need to get this song. And I went and asked the guy at the record store, and the guy at the record store kind of took us under his wing and like started showing us more stuff. DJ Shadow, all these different things.
Hell
and like it
Shadow,
snowballed.
I've seen Shadow in skate videos.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Yeah, he's definitely there. But
he's from Chicago, right?
No.
Shabba?
If he is, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't actually know
anything
either.
about him. I've heard the name a lot.
I think he's from like the Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Classico.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
Fact check that, someone in the comments.
Yeah. So.
Wait, I really want to ask about something that I'm seeing on your notes.
Me? Go ahead.
Can I jack your notes?
Do it.
I still have an answer to something that wasn't finished, but ask me the
what is
question.
it?
I can hold on to it.
What you
It's in
played
there.
at the gathering of the Juggalos?
Yes. That
It's
wasn't a
in-
question. That was a comment.
It's in
But yes, I
huge.
did.
It's in huge letters over here, and
Yeah,
I just
so we should
can't
do
stop
that.
thinking
Yeah,
about
so I was the first, maybe only EDM DJ act to play at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
How did that
When?
even happen?
And that was in 2017, maybe.
Oh, man.
Wow.
So it's like kind of recent.
Yes, it was. No, it was. Oh no! Wait, I'm sorry. Rewind. It was not that recent. It was like in 2015.
Okay, but still
okay.
after the
We need to
blow up.
Google this.
Still
Like
after the
7
blow up.
years ago.
Yeah. Either way, it was a while ago. But and you ask how I did
Wait,
that.
doesn't it always take place in?
So it used to take place. Just as much as you know about Blink-182, I know all of that about Insane Clown
Isn't it
Posse.
Michigan?
Yes.
Okay.
So Insane Clown Posse is from Michigan, where I'm from.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I wanted to do the gathering. It was weird. Somehow, I think we tweeted at them or something, and then they responded, and then we just kind of talked with them. But what I always admired, so we have a fan base that's like Flosstradamus fans, and they're called the Hoodie Nation. And my whole thing was like, it'd just be so dope if Hoodie Nation became like the Juggalos are for Insane Clown Posse, because Insane Clown Posse has the most dedicated fans that they probably don't even listen. I'm sure they do listen to the music, but like it isn't even about the music. There's
It's
such
more about like the culture.
lifestyle.
there's such a lifestyle and such a culture that the music is secondary, which is cool. And I was like, I would love to do that with my fans at one day. So like we talked with like Insane Clown Posse somehow, and then it got to the point, and then an offer came in, or we put an offer in. Usually the way it works is like people put offers in for me to play places. Like I'm playing tonight in
But this
Brooklyn.
one you were like, can I play?
I think it was. Man, all these things are so far ago, but it was something like either way they said yes, and we DJ'd it, and it was one of the wildest experiences of my life. You have a Whippet sticker on there. There was so much Whippets.
It came with I do dabs with a torch sometimes.
It came with it.
It came with the torch.
Sure.
I got a nice collection of stickers.
You do. Yeah. I love that you have pop sockets on a laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Genius.
The story behind this, it's pretty funny. So one time I was moving out of an apartment, and I had put these pop sockets on the fridge,
Oh, wow.
and I just like wanted them,
Yeah.
and I wanted to keep them. So because like it's an Instagram one, and I was just like, I'm just gonna put it on my laptop for now, and then I'll figure out where I'm gonna put it, because I definitely don't want it on my phone.
And now
Yeah.
you can carry your laptop on the go.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
can.
one.
I can pop them up if I want to. This one's a spinny pop. There you go.
I want people to put pop sockets on just random things like out there.
It's a sticker at that point. I actually got this because, oh shit, do you know like the Shorty Awards? Or one of those award
Webby, maybe?
Webby, one of these award things. I was like a contestant. I didn't win, but
They gave you a pop
because I was a finalist. I was like in the top 5. Like Pop Socket was like, oh, here's a free thing with your logo on it. Send us
Cool.
your logo.
Hell
Like, all
yeah.
right, cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, and like where else am I gonna put it?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not gonna put it on my phone.
No. You should put one on your toilet seat.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I should put them back on my
Be a
new
poop
fridge.
socket.
I'm gonna put them on the new fridge. These things, they transfer pretty well too. It's like still sticky.
I've
you know?
never been able to get one off once I put it on something.
Yeah, it's permanent.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
Whippets.
Yeah. So back to the Whippets. So, it was the crazy thing was, so when I got a couple stories, but one of them was when the like night started happening and it started getting darker, you would hear off in the woods just like.
Oh my god. So it was just all people just ripping.
You like the
Whippets.
ASMR? Yeah. So and they were ripping all over, like Whippets everywhere, like so many Whippets. Like the culture loves Whippets there. It's wild.
Yeah.
I also saw a naked woman, I believe she's a woman, shit in front of me.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel like
she tried to open the porta potty. It was closed. She's like, fuck it.
Been there.
Just shit on the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Who hasn't?
And then I have told this story before, so sorry if I'm repeating it, but I accidentally smoked crack at the gathering of the Juggalos.
How did that happen?
Where else does that happen?
I have a friend who also accidentally smoked crack, but I want to hear your story.
That's pretty much it. Like a blunt was getting passed around in a rotation and I hit it and some dude was like, yo, that's the one with the whatever in it. And I was like, what? And then his friend's like, oh, that's the one with the jiggies in it or whatever he called it.
Training day.
No.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know the reference.
What was
Did
it
he
like?
smoke crack?
What was
No, he accidentally smokes a weed sprayed with PCP.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I forgot that ref.
Do you remember what it was like or not really, being high on crack?
Well, I luckily like Bill Clinton hit it because like I didn't like take a big old hit. I took like a light hit, so I didn't inhale like Bill Clinton. But yeah, exactly. I'm probably still on the crack right now. Actually, I don't know.
It's lasted this long.
That'd be funny if you like got arrested that night and it was like crack in your system.
Would it be funny?
It would be funny.
It wouldn't be funny, but it would be like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Now.
That's awesome.
Michigan has such a rich cultural heritage.
Wait, so
Yes, we do actually.
Michael Moore.
Yeah,
did the
Michael.
Juggalos like Flosstradamus?
So
were they fucking with it?
yeah, they did. So like we ended up winning him over in the end. It was wild. So like part of if you play the Gathering of the Juggalos, they haze whatever artist is their first time. They'll throw things at them.
Right.
They'll do like whatever, like crazy shit. Like Tia Tequila, the ex
Wow, yeah.
probably the first influencer ever on the internet. But anyway, she got human shit thrown at her while she was there.
It's amazing.
It hit her. Josh, who used to be in Floss, he got a rock like probably slingshotted at him because it hit him in his eye and it's cut his eye open.
Damn.
This is the craziest, like out of all the crowds I've like looked out upon and when I was playing, this was probably the craziest. There was like live mortars going off in the middle of the crowd.
Jesus.
What is
where
that,
there's
like a
just
bomb?
people.
Like
like fireworks.
Like
but the
industrial
tubes,
level firework.
Like the ones that they do at like the shows.
Like July 4th.
Yeah, but like in the middle of the crowd, just randomly like doo,
Damn.
doo.
That's insane. Was it people doing it or like?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
no, it was people doing it.
Just random people.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Have you ever watched any of like those like documentaries from the Gathering?
I've probably seen. I've definitely heard of people shitting everywhere. That's one thing
American
I've heard of.
culture is so rich.
It's
amazing.
it's honestly the most American thing I've ever done in my life.
I just learned recently, and I'm probably gonna butcher this, but I was just reading random shit about ICP that like how many people are in it? 3? 2. Okay,
Yeah,
like when
that's
they
it.
were kids or younger, they like found a butterfly and decided to keep it as a pet, and it died, and so now all of their albums are dedicated to the butterfly
Wow.
because they feel really bad about it.
This is maybe. I don't know about that. They have like so they did a series of like albums. They're everything about their whole branding and everything is so dope.
Yeah.
But they did a series of albums that was like I don't know the name of them, but they were like all these different gestures, like different clown gestures. And then this one that they released like back in the 90s was supposed to be their last album. They're going to put it out and kill themselves, which they didn't.
Yeah.
But
Spoiler alert.
Put it out and
spoiler,
kill themselves.
Yeah. But like I was like, when I was in high school and they were doing that, I was like, that shit is kind of dope. Like
Yeah.
it was like really cool to me, like on some Andy Kaufman.
Artist mythology.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had so much like concept art.
They do. Like their whole like vision is really dope.
Yeah.
And the culture around it gets like laughed at or whatever all the time. But I think there's like really some cool culture
think it's
happening there.
sick.
I wonder if there are people who like juggalos who dress like a juggalo when they're not at the Gathering. Do you
Oh,
think-
yeah.
Yes, I've seen
But
them.
like all the time or
At,
just
like, the mall and
sometimes?
shit.
Okay, right.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind of job you have where you can dress like a juggalo, like face paint.
But
Definitely some.
I would say like there's goths and stuff that dress up
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
and like there's punks who like spike their hair all the time.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing.
So you also, out of all the weird places you've DJ'd, Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yes. Oh,
Wait,
that's
yeah,
another
I
Nardwar.
saw that on the wiki page today.
Yeah. What other artists have you had on here? Yo Gabba Gabba.
0, none.
The Gathering.
My Chemical I saw like a tweet about My Chemical Romance that they said no to David Letterman, but they said yes to Yo Gabba Gabba.
That's awesome.
or some shit like that. I don't know if it was Letterman. It was like one of the late
Maybe.
night shows.
Yo Gabba
Yeah.
Gathering.
Oh wow. They should do that. The hybrid.
I was trying to find the video on YouTube.
It's on there. It's
Yeah.
it
When
is
was
out
this?
there. That was forever ago. That was in 2000 and let's go. Let's
Single
all these
digit?
dates
You
I
don't
don't
have to
know.
know.
They're
It's hard
all
to
rough
remember.
estimates, but I'm gonna say 2008.
I didn't know Yo Gabba Gabba has been around that long.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah. And what they did is they had a touring Yo Gabba Gabba, and it came through Chicago, and they had us instruct little kids this dance called the Peanut Butter Stomp.
Do you remember it?
I don't remember the dance.
Are you just saying that so you don't have to do it for us?
Exactly. I do it every morning in the shower, so I know.
So you taught children to dance.
We taught children to dance, yeah. And the funny thing is that my career has been, this year's 17 years I've been doing Flosstradamus, that those kids are probably at my shows now, which is wild.
Probably like, yo, I was in the Yo Gabba Gabba,
Yeah.
and you taught me how to dance, and now I'm a fucking dancer. You're like, shit.
Amazing.
That's what the stripper said to me.
The children are the future.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I can't believe you're on Yo Gabba Gabba.
That's
man.
sick. I would love to be on Yo Gabba Gabba.
I love that you know that. Let me finish the other thing. So you asked
yeah.
about the warning sign logo.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
It's all good. We're bringing it back.
Yeah,
I don't mind. So that was Dust LaRock and I collabed on that, and the idea was like old rave flyers and old rave like memorabilia. They always had like warning signs. They always had biohazard logos and things like that. So we had like worked together on it, and it was just the very first album, that Jubilation one you were talking about, that had like probably the first roll up on it. It was the album art for that. And then when we started like talking about it on the internet, people started putting the warning sign emoji on like tweets and things like that. And it was kind of cool to have an emoji like as like our branding stuff. So we ended up like readopting that and making it the logo.
I got one of those too.
That's crazy.
Having an egg there is great.
Oh yeah. Dude, you're right, you do. Oh yeah, it's so dope to have that. And to us it was kind of like how Justice had the cross.
Yeah.
Like there was something about
Justice.
that. They like, the only other person that can rock the cross is Jesus, and they took it.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
It's
but
very
they,
French.
yeah, it's very French, yeah, actually. But they, I loved what they did with that, and I don't know. There was a similar thing with this. It was like, well, the fans, a lot of the of what built Floss was like fan built. So like they were doing the emojis. We started wearing hoodies on stage with that warning sign on us.
Oh yeah, I got a few of those.
You
hoodies.
do?
I actually have like
He's a collector.
I have a T-shirt hoodie that has like the logo over here.
Yeah.
And it's like a iridescent, like a
Damn.
what is it
Black
called?
light?
3M.
Oh, the 3M one, yeah, the
Ooh.
reflective.
Yeah, I still wear it because I'm a huge fan of T-shirt hoodies.
Oh, dope.
Wow.
Yeah, that's classic.
It's hard to find a good T-shirt hoodie.
Yeah, rare.
That one's rare in general too. We didn't make that many of those.
Yeah.
I don't even have that one.
I also have
Make an offer.
I have a long sleeve shirt somewhere that has just the logo.
Yeah.
And then some shit on the sleeves.
Sick.
From probably like 2013. or something.
A lot of those designs were me. I did all the design stuff for that. Like even the one that I was saying with the hoodies we initially wore, where we did this one, it was a black on black logo. You couldn't see it. It was like invisible, but it was black light sensitive. So when you're at the rave or whatever, it's like glowing.
Yeah, that's sick.
Or when we were on stage wearing it, we would have black lights flashing on us, and it looked like it was like an LED
Tight.
shirt.
I think you guys did like a collab with like Bin Trill one time, right?
We did, yeah.
Virgil.
Rest in peace, Virgil. Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, he helped us out with a lot of stuff. He was like a collaborator on our Coachella stage that we did. Like,
what did he do for that?
He just like helped with a lot of the concepting of that and like
artwork and stuff.
Yeah, like we kind of had an idea. The one thing that we wanted was definitely to have a car on stage, so we bought like this like old from like North Illinois. We bought this old what was it, Civic? It was a Honda Civic that actually ran when we got it. It was like barely holding on, and then we cut it in half. Yep, Honda. Cut it in half. Yeah, we cut it in half from like the middle, like behind the passenger or behind the driver's seat. Took out the engine, and then we like built it on this thing so we could tour with it. And yeah, Virgil helped out with that. It was
That's tight.
It was
That's
wild.
insane.
Damn.
He toured with us too for a while. We did a whole tour together. It was Virgil and my boy Spins from Atlanta. We did like a whole summer tour together. It was like a little hip hop EDM.
And you knew him from like Chicago, just like from like the scene.
Yeah. He used to like bop around Chicago back in the day. Like when we did our early like pre-trap Flosstradamus, because we've been doing it for so long, it was like mashup DJ Flosstradamus. It was like we had this little hipster party in like the northwest side of Chicago. It's crazy. It was a Grateful Dead bar in the heart of Boys Town, the gay neighborhood in Chicago.
Oh, wait, what's the bar called?
It was called Town Hall Pub.
Okay.
It's no longer there.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Bill passed because of COVID. But it was this one little Grateful Dead bar in the dead center in Boys Town. And we used to throw our party there. It's a big hipster party. And Virgil threw this one downtown. I forgot what it's called. I think it wasn't called RSVP. Something with a hashtag. Anyway,
RSVP was like his gallery.
His gallery, yeah. That's why I'm getting it confused. But him and my boy Mano and Nigel Hollywood Holt, they like threw like the black hipster version of that, and that was like kind of their thing too. And we were doing these different parties in Chicago at the time.
Sick.
It was cool. Yeah.
Nightlife
History. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Damn.
So,
I haven't been back to Chicago in forever. I feel like it's like not as cool as it used to be, probably.
I don't know. I'm coming back. I'm going back in the 15th of January.
Do you have a
like
lot of
2
shows
weeks.
coming up?
Yeah, I do. That's my, after these New Year's ones, I'm doing tonight and I'm doing New Year's Eve in Cali.
Also in Cali.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Elsewhere's tonight. California is tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Got a couple weeks off. Then I do Atlanta, back down to see my boy Waka. And then I go to Chicago on the 15th or 14th. I don't know if this is coming out then. If you're there.
Probably not.
We'll probably miss it.
Hope it was good if you were there.
Oh, it was so lit, right? Yeah.
Looking into the future.
Yeah.
What you mentioned Fool's Gold, which is like ringing a bell for me,
Yeah,
but like what
label?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, A-Track, DJ A-Track, Nick Catch Dubs. They had a record label here based in Brooklyn, and then it was also, they had a storefront on Metropolitan right next to Hana Sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore?
No.
No. They might,
the label,
they moved
the label's
it, but
still
I think
around
it's
though, right?
Yeah, the label's still doing stuff,
Was Peanut Butter Wolf Fool's Gold?
Maybe. He might have put something else on.
Okay,
something out on there.
Yeah.
That Kid
He wasn't
Cudi's
like
first
known.
song was on.
Yeah. Day and Night came out on Fool's Gold, and like that definitely was probably what kept the lights on for Fool's Gold. Like it was like a big record.
Were you into Justice? You mentioned Justice.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Oh, that was Ed Banger, yeah?
Yep, Ed Banger.
Yeah,
that was an era.
I had a real strong moment with that. Like Uffie, Kavinsky, Feeds.
Wow.
Yeah.
She went deep.
I don't know where that came from.
Wow.
But
I think Uffie's still making music.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, like 16-year-old me was like, we had French exchange students come to my high school, and I was like, do you guys know Justice?
Whoa.
And they were like, oh, Justice. Oui.
They knew it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah. So,
I got my dad to buy me the Justice CD for Christmas, which I think part of why he was okay with it is because he is a preacher.
Oh, yeah.
And it
that's
had the
right.
big cross on the
Are we going to unpack it? We
No,
can
no, it's just interesting.
I have a CD moment that's kind of funny. My mom is super Christian as well.
Nice.
And I remember I wanted the Outkast Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music,
Oh, God.
which was the Outkast very first album. But the thing that my mom didn't know, and I might have known at the time, I don't know. Every Outkast CD, when you open it up, it has a naked woman on the CD. And I remember opening it up at Christmas, and my mom was like, "No!" And then it just made me love Outkast that much more.
Yeah, because it was forbidden.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I remember. I think it was like the Christmas I got Justice. I think was either the same Christmas or the Christmas before or after. I also got LCD Sound System, Sound of Silver CD, and Kala by MIA.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was a good Christmas.
Wow, that is. Were those like the last CDs that you were like given? Because that was around the era when they started going digital.
Yeah.
Right after that.
After that, I was like iPod Shuffle time.
Yeah.
And you started getting your library CDs and putting them on the iPod.
Yeah.
I bought CDs for a long time until after people stopped buying them. I still like bought them because I wanted to like see the
Collector vibes.
and like see the booklet and everything.
Yeah.
Like I think the last CDs I bought were like Tyler the Creators, and then I was just like, fuck this.
They're like, okay, we're done.
Now
I
I just
remember
like buy a vinyl and not even open it.
Yeah, it's a similar thing though. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I remember my brother like collecting DVDs before he went to college because he like wanted to be the guy in the dorm with the DVD collection. I'm like,
oh man,
wow, what a futile effort.
When I got to college, it was like the iPod video just came out.
Yeah.
So everyone was
First
just
time
passing
I watched
around.
porn was on that.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Everyone was just passing around videos through the iPod video and like passing around movies.
Yeah.
There's like so many movies that I got and that I like Boondock Saints, like all those like weird cult classic movies.
Mhm.
I like watched them on a little iPod
Tiny screen.
in like my dorm room. Like I don't know. I think I watched like a whole season of the OC on that.
Right.
Or like the whole series. It's like on an iPod.
I mean, like
So
being
video.
able to torrent music. So I always feel bad talking about this to an actual like musician who does it for a living, but like being
I still
able,
torrent, by the way.
Yeah, being able to torrent music like LimeWire really opened up music for me.
Oh my god, for everybody.
I would go to like the used bookstore or something and get like a Pitchfork book,
Mhm.
you know, like or like something like that, and just type in like whatever shit they wrote. I'd be like, "What's Millencolin?" Like I don't know, whatever the fuck, and just try it, and it just like opens so many doors.
That's so awesome.
Because I got grounded for spending $300 on my mom's credit card on iTunes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then you learn how to bootleg it after that. That's genius.
I remember there was one time I got some shit in the mail that was like, oh, here's a bunch of CDs for free. Just tell us which ones you want.
Was that the Columbia House?
Something like that. And then I got a bunch of free CDs.
Yep.
I thought they were free. And then my mom was like, what the hell is this?
Yep.
Wait, what? They charged you for it later?
Yeah. It was like, it was Columbia
CD
House.
blackmail.
It was. Yeah, seriously.
Extortion, actually.
It was. You would you'd fill out this thing and they'd mail them and then they'd bill you later. And I remember that they would have like the CDs. You could they're almost like postage stamps. You could peel them off and stick them on a thing. Yeah, that was Columbia House.
Whoa.
But they finessed you into it.
How?
By that,
I was like
they would send them without charging for some reason.
Like
and then they would send them a bill later.
I don't know.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Got scammed.
The torrenting and that whole thing, like, it sucks that Metallica didn't understand it because it would have helped them. It would have helped so many people. And I mean, of course it did. It probably invented streaming or whatever, but like there was something about that. It was like a cultural moment, just like the skate videos or whatever, it was like a way to get culture into these like smaller towns.
Pockets,
like, exactly. Early internet. And like, there was something about discovering it. It's almost like your Sugar Snap Peas. When you take your time, when you really take time to like put your heart into something and get it, whether it is purchasing a CD, you really like invest into that band. And even if you spend time downloading this thing, because back in the day, it took a long time to download a song. It
I
took
used to download skate videos.
Yeah.
I used to leave that shit
And you'd be like,
online.
I hope somebody's seeding this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're
It
not
doesn't
seeing
take
you
a week and a half.
Yeah. Your mom picks up the phone, messes up the download, and then if you have to burn it, it takes another. Everything just took a lot longer. I feel like such an old man right now.
No, I still have a bunch of CDs.
It was such a small moment in time too.
Yeah, I still have those.
It was probably like a 2 or 3 year gap until they came out with like DSL or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like a small moment in time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would
AOL internet off CDs.
Yeah.
I would download all the skate
Go
videos
to the grocery store and take a bunch
that
of
I wanted
CDs.
to see, like all the skate videos that I wasn't gonna buy that I knew about. I would just download fucking all of them, like CKY, CKY2K.
Yep.
Damn. I kind of miss that. I kind of miss physical media.
Yeah. I think that it will make a resurgence in a way. Like there's got to be a way to, I don't know, to bring that back, because again, I'm going to sound like an old man, but like what we do now is we pay whatever it is a month for Spotify, and
it doesn't even make sense. Like $12 a month.
It
doesn't pay.
It should be $50 a month.
Yeah.
As a user of it, like the idea that we have access to like any song at any time is just so ridiculous compared to like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We get to buy shit.
But that makes you not invest directly in the artist. Like right now, I can hear a song on a playlist and be like, "Oh, that's a cool song," but I don't really I don't sit there and be like, "Okay, I need to find that artist and I need to see when they're in my town and all this stuff." Like it's hard. I think most people are just passive listeners now, and they pay their monthly fee, and that's all it is.
I think there are people who use Spotify in like very different ways than I do. At least, like there are people who listen to like Spotify recommended playlists and are discovering music that they never think about twice. Like they're just like, oh, this sounds nice, like while they work at their job or whatever. But I like to go deep. Like I'll hear a song, find it on Spotify, I'm like, where's this person from? Let me look at their Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Like I'm trying to nerd out about stuff, but still streaming just in general. You're talking about like Metallica not getting it.
Yeah.
Doesn't Neil Young like have his own MP3 player or something? He like invented his own music file type.
He actually had stem player before Kanye.
No, he tried to do some shit like he made his own like title.
Whoa.
Because he is so opposed to like the streaming platform.
Yeah, but he just doesn't get it. He's an old man who doesn't understand.
I think it really separated generations.
Imagine imagine you're making so much money from records, and then it's like 20 years later, and like it's completely not even like no one even thinks about selling records. Like they just think about like if they're going viral or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the motives are different now.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Do you think your like you digging for artists and stuff on Spotify like you do was more of like a trained pattern in a sense from your like old LimeWire days and stuff?
Probably.
Like you're doing it similar now.
Yeah, and I also think it's just kind of like inherent to my personality to be like like not,
I'm the same way when I find an artist.
No, I hear it.
Intellectually curious.
Here, let me
do the
guess.
same shit.
You're at the library. You're like digging for things. I understand.
When I find an artist I like, I go on their Wikipedia.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Read like everything. I think I've read so many Wikipedias for no reason, and I thought it was gonna amount to nothing, but eventually it like I just like know so much shit now.
Wait. My friend Adina just put me onto this thing she does like a few months ago, and I've started doing it. You know, do you have the Wikipedia app?
No.
Get the Wikipedia app.
Wow.
Get the Wikipedia app. Every time I look something up now, I bookmark it and I save it to a bookmark folder called Everything I've Looked Up.
Sick.
And it is so fun to go back and be like, now, why the fuck was I reading about the Japanese army in World War II? Like, and just to go through in order what you've read about, it's so much fun.
That's awesome. Does it have a history too, I wonder?
It might have one baked in, but I just like kind of saving it every time. So I'm like, okay, last week I was looking at list of guinea pig breeds. Interesting. Why?
Have you used ChatGPT yet?
A little bit, yeah.
Have you used it?
Is that the AI thing?
Yes.
So how about, I was actually about to use it today, but I forgot my login. I used it last week and I was like, hey, give me interview questions for Flosstradamus.
Dude.
And it came up with like, no joke, like 50 questions.
It's
in like
crazy.
2 seconds.
Bro, I coded, no joke, coded a website for this thing I'm working on while I was in line to get on my flight today with ChatGPT. I wanted like a half JavaScript, half HTML.
You can do coding
website.
on it?
You
Bro,
can be like, write a script?
Bro, yes.
What?
You can if you let's say you have a house in what part of Indiana are you from?
Indianapolis.
Okay, so if you have a house in Indianapolis you want to rent, let's say it's a duplex. You can be like, write me a lease for Indianapolis, whatever the zip code is.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's a duplex for a 2-year lease with an extension of 6 months or whatever.
No pets.
No pets. And seriously, it'll generate it because it goes into like databases and finds
That's cool
everything.
because everyone's talking about like AI is threatening artists. And I was like, actually, no, it's threatening lawyers and engineers.
It's threatening. But
I also think it helps the artist. Like you still have to come up with the idea. And like for me, whenever I see something go viral that it's like, I made this with AI. It's like you could just make something with AI and not tell people it was AI.
Right.
And then post it. And then it's still art. Because like, with the intention of posting it. I think anyone who says that is just completely dumb. It's just helping.
Bro, it's like Neil Young. It's just these people see this and they're scared of like any new technological advancement. And the people that are scared are afraid of losing their job, but it's like, no, you can actually work with this technology and expand your job. You don't have to do it the old way. You don't have to pull out a paintbrush anymore or whatever it is.
I think like a lot of things that people are threatened by can be used creatively. Like you don't have
someone making
be
like
domineered by them.
A whole DJ mixtape with AI. Where first he made a spreadsheet of all the songs he wanted to mash together. And then he downloaded all the songs. And then he had this AI that he would be like vocal from this song. And then he would take the vocal from one song. And then he'd be like, instrumental from this song, guitar from that song. And he would make he made like a whole mixtape using AI and a spreadsheet. And it's like, I would never, obviously, I don't even know how to make a spreadsheet, but like, it's just helping.
You don't need to know now.
Exactly. And I don't need to know what key this fucking song is because,
it'll do
the AI is going to help me and tell me.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're tools to help with all that. And like the old head would be like, oh, like whatever, he didn't really do that. But it's like the dude could have like spent 6 months going through all of the internet and making a Google sheet and then putting it together and doing all that. But this cut that time in half. So now he can focus on the creativity side.
And
I've been trying to make memes with AI. Just trying to think like, if I think of a funny meme and I don't want to use someone else's picture, I've been experimenting just with like pictures. I'm always like trying to get like, I type in like Guy Fieri doing a kickflip down a tennis stair. And it never comes out good, but I know one day it'll come out.
Let me once we're off cam, I'll show you all of this, bro.
Okay, good.
I've been diving in for months on this stuff.
Cool.
Bro, for boys who can cook, you can get recipes. You can have it make up insane recipes. You can be, let's say you open up your refrigerator, you have ketchup, cold noodles and pickles. Be like, make me a dinner with ketchup, pickles, and cold noodles or whatever, and it'll generate it. It'll tell you exactly what to do
for that.
What's up?
I have like an app that's designed to do that.
Oh, dope.
I've never thought it, but they're not like disgusting.
I definitely need that. Well, I ran out of ideas for boys who can cook. I'm all out of ideas at the moment. So.
This will, bro. I am gonna the ride home. I'm gonna AI expand your intelligence with artificialness.
Oh yeah,
it's so crazy, man. It's so cool.
Cool. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, but back to your wiki thing. That's why I brought it up. It's because you like learning, like that's the coolest thing about this. You can be like, what if there was a religion that merged like Islam and Christianity and Judaism, and it'll like write a religion for you. It's crazy. You can it's so cool.
I feel like my peers talk a lot about like, damn, like social media bums me out and stuff, but I feel so grateful to have like the access to knowledge that we have. Like I can just be curious about anything.
Yeah.
And find out. I mean, with implicit bias sometimes, but it's just great.
No, that's the cool thing with I don't know about social media, but that's the cool thing with a lot of like the internet and I guess YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not really on TikTok, so maybe that's a way you can find out stuff.
Yeah.
But for me,
I also don't look at TikTok.
That's what I like. Yeah. I do social media for brands for my job, so spend a decent amount of time on TikTok, and some of it's really shitty. And
you have to. I feel like you have to go through a lot of stuff until you find something that you really like.
You have to teach it. You have to train the algorim to know what you like. So like it knows now that I want to see like
Sugar Snap Pea
grandmothers lip syncing to Aerosmith or whatever. You know, like I don't want the viral videos. I want like the weird.
I can't
old
wait till
people
AI
in
is
their
at a
living
point
room.
where I could type that into AI, grandma
singing Sweet
Aerosmith,
Emotion.
and then
I will do that right now while you ask this next question.
Oh, you're saying it'll be a vocal or a video?
No,
we could do that in a minute. Actually, I'm trying to think if we should
put it on. Here.
All right, ask me a question. I can multitask.
Okay, let's see. Your turn.
I don't know any.
Okay.
When was the first time you heard a grandmother sing Sweet Emotion?
Yeah.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Where's the coolest place you've ever traveled to play? Or the place you liked the most?
Well, that's arguable because I like places because of like their beauty and like I love to just travel. So like
you get stoked when you're playing in a new city, probably, right? That you've never seen.
Sometimes that's a new city or a new festival. Those are always fun. Yeah. And then also there's places like Hawaii. It's awesome to go to Hawaii.
Yeah,
and,
you went there pretty recently, right?
Yeah, I did. I just did Hawaii like a few months ago, and like. Yeah, it was crazy. That whole month I did Hawaii, Thailand, and Puerto Rico. I was an island boy.
I was going to ask if you've gone to like Asia.
Yeah, I go to Asia a lot. Like Asia is super popping for EDM now. And like it's like all over Asia is like going off. And that's actually cool because I'm like really into bootleg stuff. Like I got this bootleg Rolex here.
Yeah.
Blind them one time.
Paris is pretty good for that too.
Paris is?
Yeah. There's a flea market, Saint Ouen, in like the north of Paris that you can. I got like fake Gucci huaraches. I got a fake Gucci sweatsuit.
Yes.
I got all kinds of
I get all of that. I love it.
I got knockoff. I got fake Calvin Klein. Like fake. There's a fake Patek. You know, like.
Yep. I like when they collab on stuff that's never existed.
Yo, they'll have like the Supreme LV, like stuff that does not.
It's
exist.
like McDonald's Supreme. I don't even know, Burger King collab. It's like,
I was standing there googling shit. Like, is this real?
Yes, and it wasn't.
No, it was a
I feel like that's cool because it's like more rare.
Yeah,
dude, it's honestly like if AI made fashion is what that is. It's so dope. I'm gonna say, what is it?
Grandma singing Aerosmith?
Well, no, rewrite. It's Sweet Child of Mine, right?
Wait, that's Guns N' Roses.
Okay, well,
Sweet Emotion.
Sweet Emotion. Okay. Aerosmith's Sweet Emotion.
That's Aerosmith?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Speaking of good soundtracks, what you guys know about the Dazed and Confused soundtrack? Did you ever listen to that?
No, I don't.
That was on it. So the Dazed and Confused soundtrack is honestly one of the best like 70s time capsule soundtracks. It's so good.
It's a 90s movie though, right?
Yeah, it was. But it was about the 70s, and there's a double disc set of that, and it's so good. Have
you ever seen Platoon, that Vietnam movie? That's a banging soundtrack also.
Doesn't that have that dun 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 dun? It's like the Jimi Hendrix song. I don't know why I just started scatting that.
So. It's got like Go Ask Alice by Jefferson Airplane and like Tracks of My Tears by Smokey Robinson. A lot of good stuff on there.
I found it right here. Dazed and Confused soundtrack. Sweet Emotion, first one. What else do we got?
Deep
School's
Purple.
Out by Alice Cooper. Classic. Why Can't We Be Friends? Damn.
Okay.
Can't we be friends? This is
No More Mr. Nice Guy?
What do we have here? I was giving you lyrics.
I'm trying to, I'm not going to sing it. It's still writing it right now. So we're using Chat GPT now for the people that are listening and are not looking at my phone. And I said, rewrite Aerosmith's Sweet Emotion in the style of a grandmother.
Would you like to do a reading for us?
I think you might have to do it. You want to do the reading? Maybe just do either the first verse or the hook. You don't have to sing it. Just, are the lyrics different? I don't know.
Yeah, it does sound kind of grandma-y. Verse 2 is pretty good. You take me back to days of old when love was new and stories were told of knights in shining armor and damsels in distress. But now I know true love is the best.
Honestly, you can have this shit write you songs.
Dude,
Oh, shit.
yes. Oh, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on a whole. This is the first leak of this, but I'm working on a whole like
the
AI
intro
album.
is so
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me, I remember when I was a young thing and I used to listen to that Aerosmith group. Such
I
energy
use-
and passion.
it has like a pre-paragraph.
I kind of use Fiverr as AI a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not AI, but I'll just like hit up a guy on
You're
Fiverr
using
and
humans.
be like, yo, can you like lay a bass down, like
Yes.
a bass line down for this song?
Yep.
And then I'll get like 3 people and I'll tell them to do the same thing. And then I'll just use like 3 different
Ooh,
ones
that's
if I want to.
genius.
I
But
just
it's
set
really
up.
good for musicians.
Yeah.
I just set up my like interface and stuff again because I had people come and stay in my office at home for Christmas, and so I had to like take everything down.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, okay, I need to start like singing into my computer again. I need to
Yeah.
get back on that.
Hell yeah.
Bring it back. You need to come into the podcast studio early and put a couple bars down.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually acapella our theme song.
Are you?
No, I just decided.
Oh,
I think the theme song for the podcast is it's me and Skirt. I think I showed you it. The Time After Time.
Oh yeah.
I made like an emo cover of Time After Time with my friend Young Skirt. He like
Yeah.
sings like an auto tune.
oh, cool.
And he makes like really dope beats that he sings over, and he sang over it. And I actually had someone on Fiverr remake the guitar. I just hit up someone from Fiverr, a guitarist, and I was like, hey, can you make me like an emo version of this song?
That's crazy.
And
That's
they're
so
like, yeah. So it's like the
resourceful.
same thing like AI, but it's
and then
kinda
do you just reprogram the beats, or you just like kind of put it out?
It's just I was very specific on what I wanted, but I wanted 3 guitars. And I wanted it to be like, I didn't put it out yet, but I'm probably going to put it out like around the time the podcast drops.
Damn.
dope. I want
Yeah,
to hear it.
have like a cool theme song. I'll send you it.
I just like didn't know how to use any of that shit. Like I knew how to play a bunch of instruments and stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna do covers until I figure it out. And so I
Yeah.
did like
It's a good way to
Crying by
practice.
Roy Orbison
Yeah. That
and
works.
stuff with like nasty snares.
And you can
Very
tell
strange.
people on Fiverr, can you make me an instrumental cover
yeah.
of the song? I want to sing on it. And as long as you tell them what,
What's the price point?
like it depends what, if it's a whole song, I would probably spend like, if it's like a whole instrumental and they're giving me all the stems,
Yeah.
I would pay up to like 200 maybe.
Okay.
But if it's like a bass line, I'll probably go up to like $50 or like
Dang.
$30
Okay.
because I'm getting like a
Dang.
few of them.
Okay, I'll
But
do
I'm also, like-
vocals for
I'm also-
28.
I'm very
Maybe you could
specific.
barter on Fiverr.
When I ask the like bassist, I'm like, give me like a raw track and then give me one that how you would mix it, you know?
Oh wow.
So, and then I'll pay them, I'll like pay a little extra
Pay
for them to
extra
mix
for your
it,
artistic
you know? Yeah.
license.
So I had AI draw a photo of Steven Tyler singing as an old grandma.
Oh my god, he looks like Gandalf.
He does.
He just looks like
That's
him.
the album artwork.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of how he looks.
Yeah, he
Wow.
does kind of look like an old grandma,
Exactly.
actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could see that
But
at
if
all,
they
but
can, we'll zoom in
Yeah.
post.
someone, yeah.
Yeah, we'll zoom in.
We
post.
won't, but whatever.
It's all good.
You just type it
text
in. They could type it into AI.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was it?
Generate your own.
Yeah, what was the
Steven
prompt?
Tyler.
The prompt was Steven Tyler singing as an old grandmother.
Okay.
Grandma. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. You can type it in yourself.
Honestly, like there's a meme that like Steven Tyler looks like an old
Yeah.
mom.
He's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh well, that's
you
probably
just-
it.
yeah.
That's it. He definitely does.
Yeah, so I think we
How are we doing on time?
covered pretty much everything.
Sick.
Oh wait, actually I want to talk about you DJing MTV Spring Break.
Wow, you are like Nardwar, bro. You are.
Before we're about to wrap up, we got like 10 minutes
How?
left.
That's crazy.
He was
That
there.
is.
He was there.
Yeah, that was it.
I was just like looking up like, your career highlights, obviously MTV Spring Break.
That's so cool, bro. I didn't even know it's in the highlighghts. Yeah.
Yo, Gabba Gabba, Spring Break, and The Gathering.
Gathering of the
Dude,
Juggalos.
What a career.
Well, also
It's-
Jimmy Fallon. Low-key.
The funny thing is the AI. I was on Jimmy Fallon
Yeah, that's what
too.
I'm saying.
AI wrote all of that. It's all cap. That's crazy. It's weird doing interviews as an artist. I'm just gonna get very
reliving.
introspective for a moment here. It's just weird because I don't revel in my accomplishments. Is that the term?
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
having them listed to you is
I
kind of
think
like, well,
It's sick.
That's part of the reason
Yeah.
why I do these interviews
cool.
is to just like highlight artists that I like and just like talk
Hype
about the
them
cool
up.
shit they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Thank
it's just like kind of lost in history that you did that. So like
Dude,
no
it
one will
is.
ever know. unless
you're like,
you-
even to me, it was
you know?
live.
It's like
After the crack at the gathering, everything's been on blur.
Everything's been on fast forward.
Yeah,
since.
it's been on fast forward. But it's just wild. I don't know. It's blowing my mind. It's making me feel very grateful.
Good.
So thank you for saying that. But anyway, yes, I did play the MTV Spring Break. It was after Rick Ross. I got to meet DJ Khaled because he was Rick Ross's actual DJ.
Wow.
He did a Flosstradamus drop for me that is gone. I wish I had it still. I wish I had him. He goes, "Is Flosstradamus not Nostradamus? Stop playing yourself." It was like the craziest shit, and I wish I had it. I got to put on Rick Ross's chain.
Wow.
It was a diamond encrusted Rick Ross.
No, I've seen pictures of that.
It's sick.
It was the chain
early.
of
It was the original Rick Ross one of him with the beard. I put it on. I had DJ Khaled had a Terror Squad chain because he was like friends with Fat Joe or whatever. I had a Terror Squad chain on. Man, that was an era.
Damn.
It's crazy. It's wild because I've had such amazing things happen that it's weird that like you forget some things in a weird way. Not to like sound egotistical
because when something's
or whatever,
happening, you're
weird.
like, "This is insane."
Yeah.
And then more happen.
And my hard drive space isn't that big.
Yeah.
I got
Ever
like a
since
32.
the crack at the gathering.
Yes, yeah.
You can't remember everything.
That's crazy. Thank you for
Your
reminding
RAM.
me.
Your RAM's fucked.
My RAM, I know. I need some new RAM.
Oh my
All
God.
right, so I guess we could wrap up.
All right. Thanks for being with us. It was really
Thank
fun.
you. This was real fun.
Flosstradamus.
Flosstradamus. Not
Damn, son.
Nostradamus. Stop
Where'd you
playing
find
yourself.
this?
CJ Khaled over here.
DJ. Wow, I love that. All right, cool. Over and out.
All right.
See y'all in the
Bye.
metaverse. Jeez.
You can look and you will find me.